If you're in North America, your Lexus Mobile app just got an update. Typically, I don't do videos on these updates, but this one seems to be a bigger update since the version number has changed from 2.1.15 to 2.5. So it's not enough to be a 3.0, but meaning it has a significant change to become 2.5. In this video, I'll go over the app and see if I notice any differences. Hey, it's LSFD here today, and today I'm here to look at the new Lexus mobile app for North American market. For folks in other markets, you actually have the Lexus Link Plus app, which is different, but the functionality is similar. But again, you may not have digital key access or some other features, but you may have some better UI as well. So first things first, let's go to the Apple App Store to see what the changelog is for version 2.5. So here we have it, the Lexus app on the App Store. So this is on the browser, you can always see it, but you can see it on the phone as well. So you can see here, they've actually updated the screenshots. So if you haven't updated your app, you would notice that these are different from what your app looks like today. And you can see that the interface is different, and I think functionality wise, it looks very similar. So then we can also look at what the Apple Watch version looks like. So you can see here, it also has changed a bit. It doesn't look exactly the same, but I think majority of the stuff, it looks very similar. All right, so let's go down and see what's new. Okay, so you see here what's new. Let's look at the version history here. So 2.5, announcing the latest update to the Lexus app with an all-new dashboard to improve your in-app experience, including a guided tour. Okay, then there is also service tab, call 24/7 roadside assistance and schedule your maintenance. Pay is manage your wallet and pay your Lexus financial services account. Shop, you can view your trials, your subscriptions, and other offers. Find is locate your dealer, search for destinations, and view drive, pulse, and trips. And it says features may vary by region, vehicle, and selected markets. So this was updated February 26th. So some people may say, oh, how come I still haven't got the update? You have to keep in mind that the app stores sometimes do a rotation of updates, so you don't get the updates exactly when they push it out. It may take hours or even a day or two to get it pushed to you. All right, so looking at it, you can see that 2.115 was in December 21st. You can see that they did do frequent updates from 13 to 15 in a few days. Probably they found bugs with it, so they just improved it. But the last time we had something that was more significant, you can see 2.1, 2.11, 2.0. I think the biggest one was when they relaunched 2.0. So even 2.0 is not on here, so we can't really even find it anymore. But if we go here and look at 2.1, I think that's when they actually introduced the RZ, and that's when they had it out, 2023 January. All right, so I started using the app before this, and they actually did do a refresh in 2.0. So now 2.5 looks like they made a refresh, but not a complete refresh that would make it 3.0. So before we actually show what the app looks like, let's go to Android's Play Store and see what actually it says. Is it probably the same? Most likely. All right, so Google Play. So you can see here Lexus Mobile App, and from the screenshots, it looks like it's the same. You can see that the designs are very similar, but it's funny that they put an Apple Watch on an Android app store. So I don't know. This is probably should have been like a Pixel. Someone probably should update that graphic. And you can see that I think most likely it does show the new interface as well. This most likely is the Wear OS screen that they should have put over on the watch, but they put an Apple Watch there. All right, so let's go down and see. So it looks like from what's new, it looks as word for word exactly the same. So it does look like they're building a hybrid type of app and not a native app, meaning they will have one source code that could be used on both Android and iOS so that you can have a streamlined experience across the board. All right, so now let's flip over to the app and see what it looks like. Follow me on Instagram at LSFT Videos. You can see updates on my experience with the NX 450H Plus, which may not be shown on any future videos. You can reach out to me via direct messaging if you have any questions on your Lexus. If you like this video, you can provide me feedback in the comments below, like this video, share it with your friends. This definitely will help with the YouTube algorithms. Press the subscribe button and bell icon and get notified when new videos show up. And lastly, if you want to support me further, you can provide me a super thanks, or visit my Amazon storefront before you purchase anything from Amazon, or you can purchase products from the list on the items that I've been using with my vehicle or at home at no extra cost to you. And now let's continue with the video. Alright, so we start off with the Android app. So you can see here now this is so-called the walkthrough, the wizard that they've introduced as part of this update. So hopefully with this you'll understand how to use the app. So it says, we just got an update, check out our fresh new look design to give you a better experience. Features may vary based on the vehicle or location. So then you would say, see what's new. And then it actually shows you a new way to add or switch vehicles. So if you have more than one Lexus Toyota vehicle, you can actually go and add a vehicle. So here the first tab here is remote. So it gives you the remote connect features. So you can digital key, start, remote start, and all that. Then we have the status, tells you the status of your vehicle. And then the last tab here is the health. So it tells you maintenance, any safety recalls, or anything that you need to deal with. All right, so then the last part is info. So it tells you about the information of your car, subscriptions, and anything else in there. So it's a very simple tutorial. Doesn't really say much, but that's all there really is. All right, so here then we have the top part, we have our name of the vehicle. And then below that, you see a small little arrow that goes down. When you press that, it will actually give you the switcher of the vehicle. Then we have below that, we have your range. So we have 336 kilometers, and you can see that I'm actually currently charging. So it takes 6 hours and 20 minutes to fully charge, and it doesn't give you like percentages in this screen. So pressing on the bar, you still have the charge info. So this is for 450H Plus owners, and that doesn't really change much. There's not much difference from previous app. So then we go back and you can see it reloads the information. You go to the status and it shows the tire pressure, the doors are locked or not, and the windows are closed or not. Then we go to the health, it shows safety recalls, service campaigns, any vehicle, your key fob status, and the vehicle health report. And really when you look at the vehicle health report, that's the same report that we were showing previously. So there's no differences here. It's really just creating a skin on the current architecture that they have. Does it feel faster? A tad. To me, it doesn't feel that much faster at all. One thing to note is that if you actually have a digital key, you need to make sure that you don't rely on the digital key while you're driving, because once the app gets updated, that digital key got removed. So you have to now re-download the key, and you need the key fob to actually get there. All right, so you've been seeing that the screens were going back and forth. You can see it's pretty much very similar to what we had before. They did fix like the subscription, the shop. Now it actually shows the subscriptions. Before it was just a blank screen. And when you look into the find, it actually shows you your location and any trip pulse information. Nothing really has changed here. And now we press onto that arrow down, and then where we can flip cars. You can see here it has 2 cars I have in my app, and it shows you the 2 cars. You can flip between the 2 and you can swap to those. And then you go click on the profile. You can see that same thing. You can switch it to dark mode. So here we go with dark mode, and we can have a glance of what dark mode looks like. But overall, when you look at everything, things really haven't changed as a lot. It's only really the dashboard that has changed, and it takes a little time to load. So it's not the fastest thing you can think of at this point. So overall, I would say the app is improved a bit, but I don't think it's significant enough at this point. I've seen reports that people have saying that the app is a little bit faster, and I would say, to me, I feel it is a tad faster, but not really to a point where I'm saying it's snappy and that everything comes back within a second or two. There are still times where things will just load, and some of it is really the Lexus server side. We'll have to see how things go in the next few days to see how fast or how good this update is, but from what I'm seeing, a lot of it is very cosmetic. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think after you've updated your app? Has it improved? You can even see here, this is the iOS version, and it looks exactly the same. So it does mean that their app is now unified, and that Android and iOS experience is extremely similar. You can see the walkthroughs are exactly the same as well. It did feel that some of the images don't show up as fast. It takes time to load. And then when you look at it, overall, it does load exactly the same. The looks are exactly the same. You can see that the guests, the climate, every function is there. Then there's a button for info. Before you had to press the car and then you'll actually get things loaded. Now they actually added a button so you don't get confused. So definitely improvements have been shown, but unfortunately I don't think it's significant enough. Maybe that's why it's not a 3.0, and maybe we do need to look at 3.0, and hopefully when 3.0 comes, things will actually improve. But at this point, I would say it's decent, but not enough. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think? And do you think that this has improved significant, that you're not going to complain about the mobile app or not? I hope that you found that this video was informative, and until next video, drive safely. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please comment, like, share this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, you can subscribe to my channel and press that bell icon to get notified when new videos are posted. And if you'd like to support this channel, you can provide me a super thanks. And until next time, cheers.